G'day folks, Jim Langham here from FX Charts with the currency outlook for the Finance News Network for Wednesday the 4th of July. Well, overall it was a pretty quiet session today ahead of the US holiday, July 4th, Independence Day. And that's seen most of the currencies trade relatively tightly at levels pretty much similar to yesterday. The euro has gained a little bit of ground. It's back over 126, or it's right on 126 really. And not doing an awful lot. Dollar yen's at the top end of the range at around 79.80. Don't expect that to do very much today either. Cable's hanging in there at 157, and dollar Swiss is at 95 and a quarter. All look pretty quiet, and in the absence of the US later on, I don't think we're going to see a great deal of action. The Aussie and the Kiwi, they're slightly better bid today on the back of firmer equities, really more than anything else. The Aussies at 102.80 and the Kiwis up at 80.40. And the equities are higher, really in the hope of some central bank action later in the week to stimulate the global economy by loosening monetary policy. So we've got the ECB and the Bank of England meeting tomorrow. The ECB predicted to cut by 0.25% to 0.75%. While the Bank of England are supposedly going to add £50 billion to the asset purchase programme, easing liquidity, and so we've got to wait and see on that. But at the moment it's fairly quiet, but the currencies are reasonably buoyant. The other central banks, of course, China's continually being speculated to make an imminent cut in the reserve requirement ratio. And of course ahead we've got, later in the month, we've got the FOMC, where the hope is for an increase in the quantitative easing programme. But ahead of that we've got the non-farm payrolls on Friday, so that'll give us some direction as to what is going to happen in the FOMC. So overall, as I say, in the absence of the States, should be pretty quiet today. The local data here, we've got Australian retail sales, and also the HSBC China Services PMI. They may add a little bit of volatility to the Asian session, but that's really about it. Apart from that, there's not an awful lot more to say. I don't think it looks like a pretty quiet one. If you do want a more comprehensive outlook, though, go to the website as usual, www.fxcharts.com.au. And that aside, please just remember that, as usual, any outlook mentioned here is a personal view only and is not meant to be used as trading advice. So that's about it. Have a very good one. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.